So, like I said, I'm not going to follow Miss Woodley because I'll tell you why. I'm going to read this because I couldn't even, there's some... Anita Woodley is an Emmy Award winner, as well as a recipient of numerous awards for her creative health education work as a speaker, storyteller, producer, actress, poet, mixed media folk artist, baker, and playwright. In 2017, Anita was named both the 2017 Arts and Culture Woman of the Year by Spectacular Magazine and the Health Equity Impact Community Member of the Year by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services Office of Minority Health and Health Disparities. Additionally, Anita does incredible work in the schools, helping to shape our children's future as a literary arts improvised theater teaching artists in residence for North Carolina's Durham School District, and arts and schools artist in residence for the Arts Center of Carborough, serving Orange and Chapel Hill Carborough City School Districts. So please join me as we're very lucky to have Anita here tonight, but please welcome her to the stage as we will now get to hear her words.
Thank you for that lovely introduction. I'm compelled to hold this, but I'll try to be nice in my dress. But as he said, I'm Anita Woodley, and first I would like to thank Gentry for inviting me to come. Where's Gentry? Where are you?
Yeah, Gentry!
She's amazing. You know, she worked so hard on this project, and since I started at the center, even when I had a job interview there, she was like, oh my gosh, you're amazing! You know, and she gets so excited. So if you need someone to like just get excited for you, it doesn't even have to be major. Just go to Gentry, tell her 2 things about you, and she'll say it back and make you just feel awesome. So thank you. And tonight I'm going to deliver a message about transformation because I think that's really important. And the whole thing about how to deal with people when they are in crisis, and what do we do when we've been through different crises. Before I start, I would be remiss if I didn't mention my family member, my 100-year-old great-grandmother who's here with me tonight.
Great-grandma!
I see a lot of you looking around for her, but I'm right here. And I ain't gonna have many things to say this evening. However, when I feel the time is right, I'll say something. So Nita, all I gotta say is you keep on and go to the next portion of this speech. All right, thank you, great-grandma. So, of all the nonprofit organizations that I've helped with here in North Carolina since we've been living here for 11 years, I would say the Rape Crisis Center is the one that I've seen have the most impact. The most people returning for services and referring for services. And I don't get to go into the records, but I am a community member and I'm active, so I know it works. And I also worked with the center, and I went into the schools doing puppet shows. I have like 12 friends, and they love me back. One of them, his name is Tommy, and he doesn't know how to keep his hands to himself. But by the end of the puppet show, Tommy understands we don't do that here. Oh no, Tommy, no poking. So, also, a lot of you might not know, whenever you work with the Rape Crisis Center, you have to go through at least 40, 60 hours of training. It's something like major, like super boot camp, but you don't have to crawl. And by the time I came out, I was a steward of children, and that was a great thing to do. I mean, the schedule was rigorous. We're doing puppets and PowerPoints, all these things. I'm going to 3 school districts. We're working 15, 25 hours a week sometime, going into every single classroom. Your support and what you supported last year allowed us to be able to do that, and we even got to bring on an extra person. So that was amazing. But you'd be surprised to see a little kindergartner who has on somebody's shoes. I don't think they were his because he didn't keep them on. I was like, I understand. I don't know whose shoes those are. But for them to come to you and say, whoa, don't touch me there. This is my private square. And he's doing it Spider-Man style. And you know, I'm that type of person that'll jump right in there with them, except I bring great grandma, as you know. And great grandma likes to do it slow motion. Whoa! Don't touch me there. This is my private square. And don't forget the back, because that's a private square section as well. That's right, there you go. Empowerment. There you go. Don't tell me this thing don't work. Now, the thing is sometimes people get hurt. Anybody in here been hurt? Don't raise your hand, because we only have one counselor on duty tonight. And the thing is sometimes we don't know what to do when somebody touches us in a way we don't like, or you've been looking at the news. When somebody do something, they know they ain't got no business doing. Now, as we know, this program is not in every school, because some people still acting a fool. So, I'm going to have you say from your seat, that means don't get up, the safety saying that has helped many children. I didn't bring my glasses, so forgive me. This means it's a participatory part, and you will repeat after me. We're going to do it slow motion. And it goes like this, especially you. She looking like she posing for a fashion model. This is not the time, darling. This is not a sexy thing. But it will keep over-sexy people away from you. So you pay attention. Here we go. Say no. You say it.
No.
Get away. Let me see you move.
Get away.
Tell someone.
Tell someone.
Yeah, we teach kids that. See, if you would have participated more, then when you get up after you eating the cake, you wouldn't be so big. But to each his own. Well, thank her for demonstrating that little exercise for us. Thank you, great grandma. And so, when I would go into the school, sometimes, as you can imagine, it can be uncomfortable. I mean, you have kids that might see great grandma, they're really excited, and they just raise their hand up in the middle of while you're talking. And I figured, well, we were trained just not to call on that kid and just keep doing that, you know. But then there's this kid that might just blurt out, somebody's touching me. And I remember the first time that happened, my face was like, oh, no, they didn't. Who are they? You know. Then you have 30 other little faces looking, and they're like, touch what? And they're like, I'm like, we'll talk about that later, honey. So this work is very direct. You have to be there. I mean, this is real stuff. A lot of people think it's just, you know, oh, let's just have a fun something. But there are children dealing with things. And the great thing about the center is that we have resources and we have people that we work with. So when there is a red flag, we look into everything. We pass it on. So it's important to know that what you support really is making a difference. So whether it's a pink flag or a red flag, we're still looking into it. And there's some people who never had anybody to look into anything. And they told, and nobody did anything for them. And so for myself, this work has taught me how to deal with microaggressions, sexual bullying, harassment, oppression of all types that I thought were normal. A lot of stuff I thought it was normal until I got here. You'd be surprised. You'd be like, oh, so people aren't supposed to say that? No. Oh, they're not supposed to just, no. And I come from the industry that's in the media right now, which is the media. And that's what brought me here to Chapel Hill 11 years ago with my husband, Wes, and our son, who was 3.5 at the time. And I was working for The Story with Dick Gordon at WUNC Radio. Has anybody heard of that? It's been off the air for a little bit. Yeah, we did a lot of amazing work there at The Story. And we worked hard. It's a lot of producers. There was Dick Gordon and There were a bunch of women producers, and we were working there. And so, even though we won all the awards and things like that, at WUNC, and this is giving me a pain in my chest, I guess the Zen tea isn't working. But at that organization, I spoke up and I said, I'm being racially and sexually harassed by the host of the show, Dick Gordon. And when I did that, it's 6 years ago now, there weren't people like you in the room. There weren't people who were supportive. They believed me because, as we're seeing with a lot of these people, they're doing it in front of everybody. This is no longer happening behind a closed door where it's just you and them and they say nobody's going to believe you. Go ahead, tell them. They'll never believe I did that. But they're doing it in front of people. And you stand there and you show up to work every day. And then I had the pleasure of learning how to play with puppets and teach kids to have that spark in their eye, like, you can't do that to me. Great grandma said no. And I had to rely on that to get up every day and to go to work and to empower people of all ages to say, it shouldn't be happening to you, and it does. And you know what? We're here to help you. So that's why this is so important to me. This isn't just an opportunity to come and stand before you and wear a ball gown that drags behind me and almost fall down several times. No. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. But it's a time that I'm hoping will encourage those who have had things happen to them, that those people that feel like I'm more than a hashtag. Like, I haven't put this on Facebook, but I decided to come in front of all of you and talk about it. And it's important because for every time I speak up, there's people in this room right now, and I know it, that will never, ever, never, ever say nothing. So the rape crisis center is there for them too. Some battles you don't fight in front of everyone. Not because you don't think you're not going to win it, but because you save your fight for another day. When you're in front of a lot of warriors who need new spears, new shoes, new breath in their armor. Oh, the time comes. Past when you need to be believed, but more so when you need to be supported. Support. Do you all remember your parents or whomever that is in your family that has supported you? Do you know that look they give you when you know without a doubt, I'm loved, I'm safe, and I'm believed? And they won't let anything happen to me. That's what the center provided. That place with them crayons on the floor, drawing my outline, putting dots on it and stuff, saying, this is the oppression. This is how it's gonna roll out. Playing, rediscovering yourself, that strength that grows from the bottom. And you wonder, ow, that hurts, what's that? That pain I had in my chest up until this moment, which is now gone. Let me check. Yeah, it's gone. That pain was growth for me to be able to stand here. And I know that there's going to be other people who are going to benefit. Many of us are going to have barriers. We know that. A lot of us will never know the barriers that we have. However, it's up to us, those that know better and do better and show up to support, even if it's with $1, or as grandma say, a coin. Doesn't matter. You're here. And the workshops, I can't go over enough about the workshops that they have and the wonderful people that they bring in to facilitate these workshops where you can be anonymous and you can deal with something that happened to you 25 years ago. just like it was today, in a place where you're knowing you're supported. So once this night goes on, let's still think about that. Think about, how could I support somebody? How can I support and do what I wish someone had done for me? Or if that's not your situation, how would I want support to be for someone when they discover that it's there? I like it to look like this. I like them to have a plethora of things. Oh, you don't like to draw? Well, let's stir herbs together. Oh, you don't like stirring herbs together? Well, let's go on a walk. Oh, you don't like walking? Well, we have a therapist that's full time, actually 2 of them, and you can talk to them for free.
Woo-woo.
Now, some people might be thinking, well, who needs a free therapist? I get that on Facebook. A couple of your significant others wish that you would find another person to talk to besides Facebook. I mean, but think about it. It's the only thing that says, what are you doing? How are you feeling? Facebook asks you this every day, all day. And when you're in the slums, you're like, oh, you have no idea. Post. And the next day you're like, oh, they all like that? Oh, I guess I'll share more. Yes, but you don't have to do it on Facebook any longer. You can do it in the comfort of a space that's good for you. So, lastly, before I wrap up, I will say something. Grab your MacGyver machines. Nobody knows the reference. There's this thing that you've been walking around plucking on, texting. The MacGyver machine, the thing that takes you places, it's got a guy in it named Google. Yeah, raise it up. You put it in your breast pocket. Thank you, that thing. Yes. You're going to have to work that thing tonight. All right. I used to be the head of the finance board at my place of faith. And I did some fundraising there. And I want to know if I still got it. So, this is different because usually we pass a plate, but everybody's plate got food on it, and that's nasty. So what you're going to have to do when the man say do it is hit the button and your face is going to fly across the screen or something. Not the one you got. Look, I don't know how to explain this. Where's the governor of the town? There he is. You writing this down? All right, make sure you do this now. Oh, wait, let me explain one more thing. In the place of faith worship that I was going to, I don't go no more, I'm recovering. We had the fund for the roof. Now with the roof fund, I want to explain how it's different. Some people are wondering where I'm going with this. Don't worry, off the stage, okay? With a roof leak, you get a bucket. You sit it under the leak of roof drip. The bucket catches the water. You understand? This is different. What's happening in the world, a bucket ain't gonna catch.
Amen. Amen.
We need to make our own water so that when it leaks, it's organic. When it leaks, we know what's in it. And that is hoping and watering the Orange County. It's the reserve. So, Mr. Township, yes, he got his pen ready. I love him. In a safe way. All right, in a safe way. And see, I got some bandages. It says yes means yes. So do I have your consent? Yes, that's a yes. Everybody's seen it. Now, you know you can change your mind at any time. And that would be okay. So, when you do the auction, please ask people to donate $5 or more if they were born. No, I was here last year, and sometimes I thought more $5 could have been collected if they had the right questions. Okay. Now, to be specific, in the Pacific, because that's the ocean and this is water, and we're talking transformation. See, I called it all together. If you were born on planet Earth, you write this down. If you grinning, you gave me your consent. Did you change your mind? No, okay, I'm just making sure. We gotta keep checking in. One yes don't mean yes forever. Okay. Thank you. If you were born on planet Earth to parents who you are convinced were aliens, please donate $5. That way you catch all the $5. Okay, thank you. All right. Thank you very much. And we will continue the night. And I just want to say, if all hearts and minds are clear, we're going to join myself in a song real quick. Y'all know that song? Oh, I know I've been changed. Y'all know that one? Okay, in that register. Here we go. Don't worry. Everybody like, please don't make me sing. This is going to go all bad. I'll start it off. Let me warm up. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. I know I've been changed. That's for that page. I know I can change the world. Let me hold it. I know we can change by supporting the sinner with our money. Thank you.
That was just. So I love you in a safe way. Let's give Anita another round of applause. So now you know how it goes. If you were born, we're gonna donate $5, adjusted for inflation. She's 100. Move that forward. All right. I just love that. I can't wait to come up with my old man voice. I'm not just like Jewish old man. It's gonna be so awesome.
You got a lot of voices.
All right. So tonight, a little bit of an order of operations. In a moment, I'm going to ask you all to help fund the organization that she just described to us. It is the 30th anniversary. So some of you, when I ask you for money, and this is going to be this fund a need, I'm going to call out a number, and you're going to hold your card up. And you're going to hold your card up until I call that number out. And we're going to cheer you, because it's really exciting. And then that's a big number. Then I call a slightly smaller number, and then another number. When that is over, we're going to feed you, let you rest, let you recharge, let you have dessert, then we're going to have an auction.